Okay, so we want to use a graph to answer questions about an equation and an inequality. So we're going to kind of tie together both the algebra and the graphical reasoning with this one. So this is the graph f of x equal x squared minus 7x minus 8. We know it's a parabola that will open up. And the first question is, where does this equal 0? So remember, all of this is f of x, which is the y value. So this is saying, where does y equal 0? And of course that's going to be the x-intercepts. That's where we have a y value of 0. Now you can see from here that there's two places. This one you can clearly see is going to be at 8. Here you have to infer a little bit because it's not labeled, but it looks like it's going to be at -1. And we can tie it together with the algebra to check this factors. This is x minus 8, x plus 1. So yes, when you set the factors equal to 0, we do get x equals 8, and from here we get x equals -1. But that's the connection, where the equation equals 0 is the x value of the x-intercepts. Now the next two parts deal with the same graph, so still x squared minus 7x minus 8, still compared to 0, but instead of equal to, there's inequalities. So once again, remember, this is the y value. This is saying, where is the y value less than or equal to 0? Where is the y value negative? Here are the negative y values, the ones underneath the x-axis. And where do those start at? They start at an x value of -1, and they go until we get to an x value of 8. So it's the region in between x equal -1 and x equal 8. Because there's an equal to with this, we're going to use interval notation with brackets. Start at -1, go to 8. Alright, how about part C? Again, this is representing the y value. When is the y value greater than 0? When is the y value above the x-axis? So that happens in two different regions on the graph. Here we have positive y values, and here we have positive y values. Now, how do we represent all of the x's where that happens? In this first region, the x's, because this graph keeps going and going and going, go all the way to -infinity. So from -infinity up to -1. -infinity always gets a parentheses. -1, because there's no equal to, will also get a parentheses. Now you can use the set notation union. I wouldn't mind if you just separated with a comma, but we have a second region where the graph is above the x-axis. It starts at 8. So again, because there's no equal to, I need a parentheses. And then from what we know about parabola graphs, it's going to continue on up being above the x-axis. Those x values proceed on out to infinity.